It's my feel-good breakfast show.
This is your Feel Good Breakfast Show. We're live on Expresso. You're on SABC3. Thanks for joining us on this Tuesday morning. We're talking about how to optimally use our brains. It is that time of the year. We're getting a bit tired. Also, the final exams are here and we want to pass. We want to be an Albert Einstein. With us, Dr. Darren Green, talking about our brain function this morning. Once again, Doctor, thanks for joining us on the show.
Thank you.
Now, earlier we touched on obesity and brain function. The two goes hand in hand.
Yes, obesity, interesting enough, affects the entire body, not just the central abdominal area as most people think. And what actually happens is you get to a point, as with obesity being part of the metabolic syndrome, sometimes where you have a chronic state of inflammation, markers and mediators that are released into the bloodstream. These things travel, these little cytokines and inflammatory particles, and they cause inflammation in the blood vessels throughout the body, the brain included. So what you have is an accelerated form of chronic inflammation in the brain that can lead to and predispose you to decrease in your cognitive abilities later on. So obviously obesity can contribute to things like dementia, even atherosclerosis because of cholesterol that is raised and the effect that that has on blood vessels. So then you have a decreased supply of oxygen and nutrients to the brain.
It just shows a good diet is good for everything. Earlier, Elizabeth, and thanks again for your question, asked a lovely question. She talked about, you know, how do I improve this? How do I stay creative? What is your advice? How do we increase creativity?
I think you've got to look at the phase of your life. So, I mean, keeping a 5-year-old entertained in terms of stimulating their brain is very different to an 85-year-old. You've got to get into the world of that 5-year-old. If they love animals and dinosaurs, you've got to get in there and maximize their exposure to things that they actually enjoy and stimulate, and then flood their brain with knowledge in different forms, whether it be verbal, whether it be music, whether it even be dancing. Do it and use those different creative methods of doing it. As we approach adulthood, I think a lot of us fall into the trap of bad routines. So we work, when we get home, we're so exhausted, we just want to eat and sleep. The exercise becomes a fight and a struggle for most of us, especially with long days. So we need to fit that in. And you need 7 to 9 hours sleep a night. And that's proven across the board in terms of neuroscience for optimal brain function.
0839133728 if you want to give us a call. I'm going to ask that you turn your television down because we really want to hear you. We are live on the show. Prudence from Mabupane, you are live on Expresso. What's your question to Dr. Darren Green?
Hi, how are you?
I'm very well. How are you?
I'm good. Yeah, I have a problem. I tend to forget when I'm studying, you know. So I'm worried because now I'm writing my exam, but when I'm studying, I forget. I don't know what to do.
How old are you, Prudence?
I'm 28 years old.
Okay. First of all, well done for studying. Okay, we encourage that on the show. And then Dr. Green will answer your question. Okay, so switch your TV on now. Okay. Okay, so she's got a question around studying.
Yeah, she said she's 28.
8, yeah.
Yeah, and what was the problem?
Her problem is, she says, when she studies, she forgets stuff. So it's the question that we touched on earlier.
Yes.
I mean, imagine trying to repeat or even concentration that you spoke
Yeah,
about.
so for her, I'd look at her environment, where she's studying. Is she easily distracted? Are there things, are there movements, are there noises? What's the temperature of the room like?
Wow.
What are the colors in the room? All that has an impact in terms of your ability to focus and concentrate,
Let's say it's a
enough.
simple environment where, you know, you have a desk and a chair. I like the example that you mentioned earlier of, you know, playing with a ball. Give us more examples because maybe that's something that Prudence can help. Can help her. She's 28, she's studying at the moment. What can she do as simple examples of concentration and also to move forward if she wants to study?
For sure. A lot of them are visually challenged. So you find in digital media, for example, now, that you actually have games, so to say, that can even enhance your concentration. Some people and some grown men can go 16 hours of gaming in terms of concentration because they're driven by the sense of competition and reward that comes in gaming, for example. For her specifically, getting up and doing a motor activity like exercising, walking to the shop to buy something can be useful. Playing with your pet, going outside, getting a ball, throwing it, letting your dog fetch it, and then you obviously playing a little bit, getting some fresh air, taking your mind off the stress of having to remember something helps. Allowing yourself also to just center your thoughts and relax. We all speak of meditation, but a better term is actually silencing your mind, where you actually can just allow a free flow of thoughts through your mind without judging them or acting on them. And that takes practice to actually not let your thoughts intrude with that place of resting in your mind. That's what she needs to learn to do. And often you hear people speak of music while they're studying, and the type of music, Baroque music and so forth. But obviously silencing that down and decreasing the environmental
So
noise
that you
and
can
distraction.
concentrate.
That you can concentrate is important. And at the age of 28, obviously, you've also got a lot of hormones that are in the system as well. You've got to look at chronic stress, things like adrenaline, noradrenaline, and cortisol, all very important. You find people enhance their performance by taking a lot of B-complex vitamins during those studying times, hoping that that will enhance their ability to concentrate for longer periods of time.
Okay.
Drinking water is actually more important than all of those, combined with
Why
sleep.
do you mention that first, Doctor? You
Water,
see-
water,
Okay.
water.
Well, water, water, water. We've got to go. It was amazing having you here. Thank you, Dr. Darren Green. We're talking about epitomizing your brain and performing optimally, and I hope that we've answered some of your questions this morning on your Feel Good Breakfast show. Well, there is loads more happening. In fact, Graham's got it.